One of the hardest things to do when you're walking a spiritual path is to decide and figure out, how can I stay grounded and how can I walk this spiritual path and still be in this real world, this like material world with all this stuff, with electronics and devices and apps and all this noise. Because most of us aren't going to be monks living in the foothills of the Himalayas in some kind of monastery. We're going to live in the real world every single day. So if we're going to live in the real world, we have to decide that, yes, I want to be spiritual. Yes, I want to be centered and grounded. And I want to know myself, that universal self, that divine thing. But I'm also going to have to go out there and I'm going to have coworkers. I'm going to have family. I'm going to have friends. I'm going to have pets. I'm going to have all this stuff. And so if we don't have an idea of what all that means to us and how it kind of fits together in this puzzle of who we are and our spiritual self, then we can get lost in it. And it becomes comfortable to distance ourselves from knowing ourselves and being centered and grounded. And so I would encourage everyone to think about these kind of blocks in your life, or call them life blocks. You know, you got finances, you have relationships, you have how you're sleeping, your fitness, your health, how you're eating. All these things are going to play into how happy you are, how peaceful you feel. And it's not something that is going to usually happen overnight. You know, you might have been doing yoga and meditating and really taking care of yourself. And there's other aspects of your life. Maybe your finances aren't completely in order. Maybe there's some relationships out there that need some work. And so what I encourage you to do today is just go out there and think about these blocks of your life, these life blocks, and figure out what's going right for me and what's maybe not going as right as I would like it to go. And maybe there's some neutral stuff, and figure out how it all fits in to your life. How does it fit into your daily life? How does it fit into your weekly life? And how does it fit into like kind of where you're going, like where you are and where you want to go? And if it's helping you, that's great. That means it's serving you in a good way. And we've talked about it before, but there might be some things out there, some of these blocks of your life that are serving you, but they're serving you in this kind of maybe negative way, or this way that is comforting, but it's not getting you where you want to go or where you need to go. And if that's where you want to go or you need to go, that's perfectly okay. I'm not judging any of that. So just think about it, maybe make a list, do it on your phone, write it down on a notepad, whatever you got to do, and start figuring out what's going right for me, what's not going right for me. And then you can decide, okay, now what am I going to do about it? And kind of these videos that I've been doing lately are more about, let's identify some things and then let's go figure out how to solve it. There's tons of videos on this channel about how to solve some of these things, and I encourage you to go check them out. But really, it's so important, and I don't think we always do it, is to identify where we're at and then say, okay, now I know I can go somewhere from here. Because I think that's the first step, is identifying where we're at. And until next time, I wish you peace in your journey.